All right, everyone, welcome back to Lakers Latest. I hope you guys have had a good week. It is Friday, the day we've all been waiting for. Finally, Lakers play again today. They played the Timberwolves. Now it's actually about to start soon. But yeah, look, hope everyone had a good week. Hope work wasn't too bad. We finally made it. It's Friday. It's the weekend. As always, coming to you from Studio City, California, where it is about 70 degrees outside. It's going to be down in the low 60s tonight. I honestly love when the weather's like that. Super chill, super nice, especially after the super hot summer. But yeah, Lakers play tonight. Looking forward to that. Obviously, lost in the first game. Not the best, not ideal, but pick it back up, put our feet on the ground. This is versus the Timberwolves tonight. Obviously, you want to get some revenge on them after they kind of beat you last season, especially because you average under 100 points a game in that series. So, yeah, hopefully the Lakers get a win tonight. Talk about whatever the result of that is next show. But yeah, the first thing I kind of want to talk about, and this obviously isn't specifically Lakers related, although apparently they were one of the four teams that were bet on heavily, but it's also the Lakers, so everyone bets on them heavily. But yeah, so let's just jump into it. Chauncey Billups, who obviously is a Hall of Fame player, now current coach, was current coach of the Portland Trailblazers. He's not is at the moment because he's on leave of absence. And Terry Rozier, player for the Heat, were both arrested by the FBI after a multiple years long betting investigation into multiple bets. So basically, Rozier and again I have to look into like the specifics of this, but from what I understand, he told a bunch of people that he wasn't going to play the full game, and then he had people bet on the unders, but then also somehow they like stole money from the people and they misled them or something. I don't know. Like I have to look more into the specifics of everything. And then Billups, we don't know the specifics yet, but apparently there was this one like poker game that was played with him and a bunch of other guys that maybe like led to them putting this together or something. But it's kind of like rocked the NBA world. Like I was even watching um, an interview with Adam Silver at the Knick game, and he was basically like he looked flustered. And if you've watched Adam Silver before, if you know Adam Silver, like he's usually always cool, calm, collected. He knows the answers right away. You ask him something, he's straight to the point. I got it. And today, like he was fumbling his words, so that just tells me like they are worried about this. Like if Adam Silver is acting like that on television, they're worried about this. But yeah, I mean, look, this is and Jaylen Brown kind of touched on this too. He was like, look, there's no like this stuff we've known this has been in the league. This is stuff that could possibly happen, and the NBA hasn't done a very good job of doing anything to prevent this. I don't think. Now, obviously, players should be able to bet. I don't have an issue with players betting, just obviously not in their respective sport. Like, if you're a Terry Rozier, dude, go ahead, bet on an NFL game, bet on an MLB game, bet on an NHL game, college football, college basketball, who cares? As soccer, anything, it doesn't matter. But you can't bet on the NBA. And that's what I'll never understand is like Terry Rozier, I have to look at his contract. The man has made a ton of money. Like so much money. Billups obviously has too. He's a Hall of Famer. So Billups, the insinuation of doing this is crazy because you will put your Hall of Fame, like they could take you out of the Hall of Fame if this is true, whatever Billups did, and it comes to pass that he is guilty in it, like he will be taken out of the Hall of Fame. So it's a massive risk for him. But Rozier has also he's gotten 80 million, like he's made a ton of money. So for him to do this, it's crazy to me, and it will never. Look, the other thing is, I'll be honest, like I've worked in sports betting for over 6 years. Like I know the industry probably better than anyone. And I know this, like, people bet, and that's okay, but I will just never understand the players that do this, that bet, that go to these lengths to do something like this, or Jonte Porter. It's like, you have worked so hard to get to a point in your life that you are able to play in the NBA. Like, you play a children's game for a living. Like, all these people, we would love to do that. And you just put it at risk by doing something so immeasurably and incredibly stupid. It's just astonishing. So I did just want to touch on that at the beginning because I do think this is something that's not going away. I think it will come up again at some point. Also, who knows? We're still waiting on if Malik Beasley's going to be fully exonerated from whatever happened there. Like, there's so much that goes into this, and the betting world is just wild. Like, and I can tell you that firsthand. So it's just crazy to me, and I think there will be more to come from this investigation. I don't think we're done yet, so we will see. But I did just want to start on that because even though obviously it's not 100% on the Lakers, it's just such a massive thing. I think we need to touch on. So done with that. Let's go into the Lakers. So the first thing I want to talk about is Dalton Connect. Now, obviously, he was not a part of the opening night rotation. And I talked about how everything was kind of run through Luka, and that makes sense for now because it's Luka. But I just have a hard time believing that you can't have Connect in the rotation. Like, you almost need to have him, but also like you need to rebuild his trade value. Like, right now, his trade value. Like, think about his trade value at December last year, right? Like, sky high. Like, he just had he averaged, like, he had that 37-point game against Utah. Did it like he was crushing it, sky high, and it is just cratered. Like, if you were trying to trade him then, you're like, oh, we need automatic like unprotected first round pick, maybe something else. And now it's like you can't even get a first for him. So for me, like, I just think they're gonna have to find a way to get him involved, even if it's just, hey, we're gonna have you come off screens at first. And I think you can do more than that, but you gotta find a way to get him involved because A, he's one of your more talented bench pieces. I understand he obviously wasn't consistent at the end of the last season, but we saw what he's capable of, right? You got other older guys on there that aren't gonna play too much. You got Gabe Vincent in the starting lineup. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy to me that Gabe Vincent is in the starting lineup, and like we know what Connect could be in the starting lineup conceivably. But it's just like I don't know. Like, there's that disconnect. Obviously, the trade non-trade happened, which is understandably weird for anyone. But I just think that if the Lakers they need to utilize their depth as much as possible. And I feel like we've seen too much from Connect to just give up on him completely. Like, I know obviously he's not the player he was in November and December yet again, but it's there. And it's not like he's 31. Like, he's 24, 25. Like, he still has all this talent that I think could be a very solid player in this league. And I'm not saying play him 25 minutes right out the gate, like even if it's just 10, 15, but like let him get a groove to the point where he can hopefully get somewhat close back to where he was and get back to building off of that. And I just think that they're going to have to get him involved. He's one of their more talented young players, even if he hasn't been playing like it lately. Got to find ways to get him involved. So this is going to go on my next thing, JJ Redick. Is he going to kind of keep the same starting lineup? Is he going to experiment? You know, maybe have Marcus Smart in there, maybe Connect in there, maybe Laravia. I think it's very important to experiment. I think that obviously once LeBron comes back, you'll have a set in stone starting lineup of LeBron, Luca, Reeves, Ayton, and then that fourth person that probably Rui. But for now, like, I think you got to experiment with guys, especially because you got to see who plays well, who's going to play well on the court together. Like, I think lineup experimentation in this day and age is incredibly important. I think it's part of the reason why a guy like Tom Thibodeau probably got fired from the Knicks last year, even though he took them to the conference finals. He never experimented with lineups, and that was probably part of the reason why they lost to the Pacers. So it's like that is just an example of why lineup experimentation is important. You have to try these different lineups throughout the course of the season. You have to play different guys with each other, see who plays the best, see who has the most chemistry. And right now, especially with LeBron out, you got to find ways to optimize the talent you have. So I think it's really important for them to experiment with those lineups. The question is, how much will JJ Redick experiment with the lineups? How important does he think that is? Is it something that he's going to do while LeBron's out or until he gets back? Is it something he's going to do throughout the season? You know, I don't know. But I think it's going to be important for him to like I said last time, get Rui and Ayton more involved. You need to see more than 13 shots apiece from them. I think you need to see more than 13 from them when LeBron is back. You definitely need to see more than 13 from them when LeBron is out. So it's good that get those guys more involved, move guys around, experiment with lineups. That's all things that I just think are crucial in today's NBA, the way things work. So we will see if he goes there. So, all right, how does the West stack up? So I said at the beginning of the season, I kind of see the Thunder, Rocket, and Nuggets as kind of the top three. The Rockets lost today, so they are technically 0-2, but that doesn't really change my opinion of them, especially with Durant there. They're going to take some time to gel, but once they start gelling, like, they're really good. Thunder, obviously. I also will say, like, SGA is unbelievable. Unbelievable player. Watching him play basketball is a disgusting experience. Like, I don't get any joy from it. It's just like flopping on a level that we've never. I don't even call it flopping. It's foul baiting, and it's just like a combination of foul baiting and flopping to a level we've never seen before. And it's just sickening. I hate watching him play. I'm not saying he's not unbelievable. I just can't stand watching the man play basketball. Um, but yeah, so I still think those three teams in the West. Then you got the Lakers, the Warriors, the Grizzlies. Although the Grizzlies got smoked tonight by the Heat, I feel like the Grizzlies are probably a level under the Lakers. But then again, I thought the Clippers were. The Clippers got smoked by the Jazz. But that happens a lot in the middle in the beginning of the season. I think we'll see. What does it look like a month from now when we're 15 to 20 games in, where you can kind of ascertain a little bit bigger of a sample size. So we'll see about that. But look, I think right now those top three teams are still there, but I don't see any reason the Lakers can't be four. And if they keep playing better, LeBron gets back, maybe they make one more trade, they can kind of push their way into that top three. We'll see as the season goes along. But yeah, that's it for me today, guys. We'll see how the Lakers game goes. The Dodgers lost, so that's unfortunate. But what are you gonna do? But yep, we'll see what happens, and yeah, we'll go over that game next time. Till then, I will catch you guys later.